Welcome back, everybody, to another game of chess. Um, where so how we've been doing? I haven't been playing as often or as regularly as I would have liked, but we are, kind of getting there. We're playing as black. Our opponent plays e4. And we're playing Caro Kann c6. They put the two pawns out, so the Caro Kann is this, and this is the advance. If we were to push this, this is the Panov. However, right now I'm trying to play a little bit. This is the main line if I were to put my bishop out. And they opt to trade the bishops, and I'm going to close this up. They're playing pretty quickly, so I'm also just going to try to play quickly as well. I believe the knight in here. I don't think I have to be playing as fast as I am, but because our opponent is, I'm also just like, might as well. But yeah, they were playing really fast. I was just trying to keep up. Software updates. So it's in the middle of the night, and sometimes I am not the best. I am not at my best in the middle of the night. So let's take it slow. I feel like might have missed an opportunity. So if I were to take or something, maybe if I were to take and then somehow, yeah, I don't have quite enough, I feel. Okay, so because take, and then what? Hard to say. Maybe bishop out here, but what does that really accomplish? And I want to get my knight in the game here. So I feel like at this point I need to do something. I'm contemplating taking. I feel like in the Caro Kann, this often opens up. Okay. And yeah, I just kind of want to develop. And this might be a problem if here, then here, then here. Or actually, what I can just go ahead and develop now because I don't need to develop my bishop. I was more afraid if my bishop were to go that if my bishop were to go and then develop my knight, the bishop could get trapped because all these squares are being controlled by whites, and this one would be controlled now by my knight, if that were the case. Okay, interesting move. I'm a little concerned. I don't know if that's the right word. If I were to take was the check, so that's no good. Part of me doesn't want to trade here. Part of me wants to do something else, but I'm not quite sure what. I'm thinking of just developing my bishop here, just to control these squares. Maybe I'll do that. So it's late, but I got coffee. Sorry for making you listen to that. All right, our opponent isn't rated that high, 1235, but sometimes people smurf, or in people, not smurf. What is it like? Tilt, lose a lot of rating. I know we've been there. I've been there. I'm there often. We were doing so far. The storyline, I guess, is we were doing okay for a while. Once we crossed the 1300 threshold, but then recently we suffered grueling defeats at the hands of our opponents, and then had just issues. But then recently, I made just like I think the last video we played the same person twice. They got a rematch or requested a rematch, and we obliged. So here, I'm thinking either here or here. Haven't really decided. I'm thinking the a rook, just because what else would it be doing? Um, what else? What else was I saying? Our last opponent gave us a rematch, and we won 2 games in a row and got back up to almost 1350. So I'm thinking of just going here now. Is there anything stopping me at this point? I guess the only thing that would be stopping me is the defense of this pawn, which I'm going to pose a question to our knightly friend here. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, well, let's claim the. And that's also fine. What should we do? I'm thinking actually if I go here, here, almost, but not quite. And then we're also being attacked here. So what can we do? Ooh, our opponent is not making it easy. But what can you do? Even here, here, no, no, no. Here, like reroute all the way over here to do what? Here or here? Then again, to do what? This is actually a nice looking square. If I could get in there, hit these two. But much easier said than done. This is also a nice square. It's not that nice, actually. This is a weak. These two are undefended pieces. But I don't know how to get there exactly, and I don't want to just trade because blah blah blah. So to get here, what, I would have to come from there? So yeah, if I, jeez, so I think this was like that's a path. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, and I have to move my rook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of moves. This is a spot I could come from, but how do I even get there? It's like here, 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 here. I don't even know. Actually, what is that? What was that? Here, 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 and then here, here. No, that's not enough. Here, here. Unless I were to take this off the board, and then they'd move here, but then I'd be under attack, so I'd have to move. Oh man, tough. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. I'm still thinking. I feel like I gotta reroute this knight or something. This knight doesn't have a lot. Or what else? I don't even know. I don't like it. I'm having a tough time coming up with a plan. This is always the hardest part for me. Because there's no way it's trade. It's this, 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 this. Because now I'm like forced back. Although they're, whatchamacallit, bishop is got a lot going on. And this knight is, is it worse than this knight? Hard to say. I want to say yes. Here, here, here. But no, then you can take. Man. Oh, man. I really don't know. I am so at a loss. I just needed to play something. I feel like I don't even know if what the position is. It feels equal. And so maybe as long as I didn't blunder anything or make just an obviously wrong move, And this is okay. Because, so their knight can't advance. They can only block. But it's kind of like the same problem with our knight. This knight is a little bit more active. I'm sorry, the coffee's making me burp. So the knight is a little bit more active, but the only piece it's looking at is defended 2 ways. I can't figure out a way to get more attackers on this pawn, so without making substantial moves, high commitment moves. This will at least free me up from moving this bishop. Maybe I just maybe here, so I don't have to take. If they do move, then we can take. But I don't know. I just don't see it at the moment, and I don't want to trade. I want to keep this tension because whoever trades gets to put their rook on the C file. Okay, and so they decide to do that. I was wondering about this as an idea. Do they have anything? If they can move there or here, I feel like this is a bad move for them, but I could be wrong. Yeah, they're rerouting. I'm going to use this opportunity to double my rooks. And if you move... Yeah, I guess this is just... I feel like now they've... Yeah, now we're kind of back in the same position, but now they don't have a bishop. Although they traded... I mean, I guess maybe were they playing 5e chess there? Did they really kind of figure out Did they... So I know another thing is trading off bad pieces. So was their bishop so bad that trading it was better for them? I kind of didn't have a choice because it was pinned to my rook. The choice was more so letting them just take my bishop, but then I wouldn't have gotten this whole whatchamacallit, the open C file. I'm tempted here, but then what? I don't know, here. Maybe that's the thing? Maybe. Let's go for it. I feel like my knights are gonna have to, like, this knight might, the weakness of this knight might be not our undoing, but the opposite. Our doing. I'm thinking here, attacking this knight. Where are you gonna go? Are you gonna go here? I guess, maybe. That's actually fine. Dang it. But, I don't know, then maybe... Dang it. Yeah. Okay, what else can we do here? If I go here, here... Yeah, I guess this is what I have to do. There's also this, and then, I don't know, either here or here. I don't really have any other kind of follow-up, and sucks. I wish I can... Because, yeah, that's the main thing. If I can get this knight into the game... What's that about? What are your plans? What are your intentions? Ooh, okay, so hang on. Here, if they go here, I could take. So they would either have to move here or here to protect. So what? Here. They couldn't really take me because I'm still defended here. But I don't think I have like a follow-up. And then here, again, I also don't have a follow-up. Hmm. Tough. Man, I do have like here, here, here. That's 1, 2, 3 moves. And so I would go here, 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 and then they'd have an opportunity. I don't think I have anything else forcing enough. If I were to go here, 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 and if not, if they went ahead and take that, I could take there. So maybe that's it. This preserves myself a knight. Ooh, this is tough. Man, and when it gets late and I don't want to drink coffee because eventually I have to go to sleep. But I'll tell you what, it is hard to play chess when you don't get enough sleep. Or when you're sleepy in general. I'm thinking here, so check, they'd have to move here. What could we do? Go here again. They would have to move here, here. One of these two spots. Do I have anything? If I were to move here, could move there with another check, then I'd be forced to move here. And my knight is over here. I don't think I have anything. What else? So here they have to move up. If I move here, then they have to move here or here. My knight is here, my rook is here. They are either here or here. Both my pieces are now not defended, but not being attacked. I don't think I have a follow-up. Man, our opponent is playing out of this world. They are out of sight. Man, I would have actually liked a, I don't know, is there? No, I don't think there are tactics there. If I were to move, again, you have to move here. Here or here. Man. I don't know, here. I'd have to move maybe back like this. I don't know, I'm using up so much time. Ooh, so tough. Ooh, I actually kind of like the, maybe here. Okay, so they have to move up, and here. And both of these are attacking. Then yeah, maybe I'll just move all the way back. If you're here, maybe I'll move here. And if you move back, maybe I'll move up like this. Then maybe I can sneak in this way or something. I don't know. I just gotta make some moves here at this point. Jeez. Oh, I was gonna say maybe I could have done something here, some tactics to sacrifice a knight over here, but since they brought in the rook, it doesn't work anymore. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess over here I can just go ahead and do this now. Yeah, okay. I'll do this now. And if I were to go here, I mean, you could just move, and not really anything I can do about that. Ooh. Okay, so they went ahead and took up a pawn, up a pawn. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go and maybe go here. I can attack here. No, they'll maybe push. I'll move myself. Because this knight, okay, this knight's on an outpost now. That knight's on an outpost. What can they do? They could go here. We could get him up in a perpetual. I mean, we're playing as black, which is, I guess, not the worst thing in the world to try for a perpetual. It's always kind of lame, but oh wait, no, this is a okay because I'm protected. Now you can't go here. Oh, I think that's yes. Oh, that's checkmate. I didn't even realize. Oh man. Okay. See, that just goes to show you. Oh man. Oh, well, I was glad because our opponent was playing really fast. That actually had me pretty worried that they were gonna take this into deep water. Oh, good game. Good game to our opponent. They had us, I felt like, on the ropes. I feel like that was pretty equal into the end, and then there was like some blunder. I feel like, excuse me, I'm sorry. I feel like our opponent was taking a lot of risks. I mean, they were putting me in very uncomfortable positions, and I mean, luckily we just kind of kept it together. Like, yeah, after the queen trade, this was like kind of weird, but yeah, I felt like yeah, we were okay. So like yeah, some steady progress, but okay, yeah. So this is in our favor. Let's go to the actual game review. I have to change my view here a little bit because the thing is silly. Okay, played 75%, but yeah, okay. So mostly even. We maybe had like slight advantages. Sorry, and then another slight advantage. Or actually pretty substantial advantage. It was slowly losing though, but then yeah, our opponent blundered into mating net. Just looking at the numbers here, so a handful of great moves, which is always a pleasure to see. Our opponent found more of the best moves. We had a decent kind of um, theory game here in the Caro Kann advanced variation, so we're playing a lot more of that. We had more inaccuracies, same amount of mistakes, more misses, but no blunders, which it seemed like our opponent blundered in the end. I'm surprised that it's saying that there wasn't any endgame. You can't see it on my screen right now, but no endgame. But I mean, we didn't have queens for there for a while. I guess our kings weren't really that involved. Theirs was dancing around, but we got them. So let's start the review. E4, C6, Caro Kann. They put the two pawns out. We go for advanced. We put the bishop out. Do we have numbers to say something about? Sometimes it says what our percentage in the Caro Kann is. So yeah, bishop f5 develops the bishop where it controls the important e4 square. Black can play e7 and e6 next. E7, e6 next without trapping. Yeah, so this is part of the whole idea of the Caro Kann is to do this, get this structure with the pawns here, making the little pyramid, but the bishop is outside because you can get this in the French but the bishop is a known weakness, the white light squared bishop, because it's trapped in by this pawn. They do bishop out, and we are more than happy to trade. So we've only played it 3 times. I guess that's all it says. And at this point, we're developing. I feel like I've done this before, where I was afraid. I was afraid of if I were to push, you take this, then hit me with a check, and I can't really quite defend it very well. But there is a better move apparently for us. Oh no, that is it. That is it. Applying pressure to the pawn chain. Let me see. Let me see. So I feel like. What do you want? What's my next move? Bishop takes. Bishop takes c5. Yeah, that's the top move. Knight d7. Knight d7. Okay, that's this. Knight c6. That's this. How? So this. Oh man, sorry. And what can I do? What? Oh. No, this. Is it this? That's a great move, but. Oh, I guess this is all defended, but. Yeah, equal position. I mean, I guess that's the thing, ain't it? Let's go back to the review. So it's not bad, but I don't know. It didn't seem to jive with me. So now we push. We get our queen out. They're defending, just like good moves. Okay, so we're getting back into whoopsie. Let's get best move. So this, ooh, you permitted the opponent to win a pawn by overloading a defender. Win a pawn by overloading the defender. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Show overloading. Which? Oh, is it this? Yeah. Tactics. So they could have taken and then taken. Okay, so that also shows that they. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I am tired. After this, that, yeah, would have not been able to defend that. So. Well, what should we have done? We didn't figure out our move. I guess there was this. Yep, okay. So we're placing still putting knight over here to pressure this. So yeah, okay. They put their queen out. You missed an opportunity to create a passed pawn. Now, was it this? Dang. I don't know what I was afraid of. I guess I could have taken with check. I guess that's it. Dang it. See, you always miss something. Okay, where am I? Yeah, here we go. And take. In here. A lot of just like serviceable moves. Again, this was probably my hardest thing here. What? Your move provides an escape square for your king. Yep. But yeah, I couldn't not figure out what to do here. Like who even to move? Oh, maybe I will. Oh, okay. What does it say? This creates space and it, and then I guess it's just a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, hey, how about that? And I guess it would have nullified this, which was a bit of a thorny move that our opponent played. Ooh, that's a miss. Huh. How about... Ooh, that's a miss. That's a blunder. So our opponent blundered. What? Oh, that makes sense. 2 pieces for the rook. Man. So we missed the take, but we got it here. We're still coming out of this with a very slight advantage, where their knight is passive. This rook is doing the Lord's work over here. This knight is passive. This knight just needs to go somewhere, but doesn't know where to go. Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised that that was as bad as it was. This is an inaccuracy, but we're still doing well. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what to do here. What did I end up doing? Yeah, what? That's too much? Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, couldn't figure out what to do here myself. So, who? This? So it is still the knight, but where? You can't mean this. Oh, again. Oh, wow, it's the same tactic. It's the same tactic. Okay, we have to pay attention to this tactic. Because it's the same thing that our opponent could have done to us. Overloading a defender for that pawn. Especially if we think we have a safe knight. Oh my god. That devastating. Devastating, I say. Let's keep going. So inaccuracy, they move. We move, also not great. What could we have done? Yeah, not great. I don't even know who it could have been. This knight. Yeah, try to get them in the game. I don't think that knight ever rejoined the game. Yeah, so this also not a great move. I mean, was this still? Yeah, okay. Okay, and they miss. We hit them with a great move. Surprisingly, this is miss. You missed an opportunity to capture a knight and win material. Blah. I forgot. Ah, man, that was like one of the whole reasons. See, man, you just lose sight of whatever else is going on sometimes. That was a miss, but this is a great move. They end up taking. Surprisingly, this is a mistake. You lost the advantage, and now it's closer to balanced. What should I try to? Yeah, just trying to get this knight in the game. That was really tough. This forced move. And luckily, this whole thing then turned into a mate in two. Great move. Couldn't do anything. Bam. Whew. That is crazy. I am curious what the best move. Okay, it still wanted me to do that. Move this. I'm curious. Oh, hang on. Oh, is it still just that? Oh yeah, what I meant to say was I'm curious what our opponent's best move here was. I guess threatening this, opening up an escape for their king. Maybe that's, and then I don't know. I feel like we lucked out here in the end. But we'll always take it. It was a tough game. We didn't even realize that we had mate on the board. But it came out of nowhere. It wasn't like I was like, okay, here's a mate in two. We were just looking for pressuring that king, and with those two pieces, the knight and the rook, because I mean that's all we had. Some lessons learned, real quick. What happened to us in here? So yeah, we had the Caro Kann. Let me actually go back here. Let me go back here. Let's start from the beginning. Yeah. Caro Kann, we see this all the time. They immediately opt to trade, which is fine with us. Let's even book move. I guess I shouldn't be afraid of this because here, 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 we're fine. That's just it. It's a lot of exchanges though. But yeah, we'll have to like I don't know research it or something. See if we can find like something on Caro Kann Advance trading bishops thing, so we can have a better response for that. Because I do feel like I see it. Even if I don't see it in that order, seeing this queen on the diagonal is always a thorn in my side. This tactic situation, I have to be much more aware of this. Much more aware. What was it? Here, and then here, and then here. And then we had that on our opponent who was plopped down here. I could have taken, and then taken, or, whoever could. I think there was a rook here on this file that could have taken. So I gotta be more aware of that tactic. I think Daniel Naroditsky refers to it like a type 2 undefended piece. And what's like the next, our next like real kind of mistake? This was another opportunity. This was more of a miss, but yeah, again, I have paying more attention to what piece is defending what and removing a defender of a piece. I have to pay more attention to that. Okay. And then just these knight moves, it was just tough, incredibly tough to see. I think here was that move set I was talking about. Although, I'm looking at this. Hold up. You're saying, hang on. You're saying this? Oh, okay. The knight wasn't, the rook wasn't there yet. Never mind. You're right. You're right, computer. You're always right, computer. Missed this as an opportunity, but I was just getting these pieces out of this predicament and hoping and wishing and praying and whatnot. But and luckily it worked out all right. And then yeah, that was surprisingly better. This is surprisingly not better, which I was like, come on, give me some credit here. And then they blundered a mate in 2, which I had no idea. I didn't see this at all. I'm curious if they just did that. Yeah, it's mate in 2. So as long as I'm able to get this piece here, I'm surprised. Let's see. Why isn't this a... Okay, that's a mate in 1. I'm trying to figure out... Okay, so hang on. What would... Black king to e3. So I guess they had to evacuate now. If they didn't evacuate, then it would have been lost. Okay. Oh, well, we'll take it. Tough game, I felt like, with some tough tactics, but things that I do think are learnable. We were put on our heels a little bit with how quickly our opponent was playing. They seemed to almost have at the end, they were up almost 6 minutes to my 7. So, they were putting a lot of pressure on us, but luckily we didn't crack too badly, and we got a little bit more rating out of it. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully we can keep progressing in our play. We're playing, I think, we're going to go into play the Caro Kann a little bit more for e4, just because it's one that I'm more familiar with, and I want to get better at it, specifically as a weapon, and I can get back into e4. I'll alternate between e4 and Caro Kann, or e4, e5 and Caro Kann, and I'll try to be a little bit more solid with my e4, e5 play. So no more Russo Gambit, at least for now. But we'll see. We'll see. We should learn the more solid lines, to be honest. I'll let y'all go. Appreciate it. So glad to see a win, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.